Hi guys, this is Samantha and thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. First off, I'd like to apologize for being missing in action for quite some time now. I've been busy with other projects and unfortunately they weren't paper crafting projects, more so sewing, and I just got an embroidery machine, so I've been playing around with that. So I haven't had a chance to do much paper crafting related projects. But now, today is May 2nd, so I figured I needed to start working on my end of the school year projects. And I normally try to do school memorabilia type projects throughout the year as things occur at my children's school. I have two in school now. So, and the sad thing is when I had one in school, I kept on top of it, but now that I have two, I haven't. And now I'm like way behind. So I figured I would do my project on camera, but it's going to be a series, and basically it'll be me making a end of the year mini album. And of course it's going to take a couple days, I'm sure, so I won't be able to do it all on one video, but I did want to share with you guys what I had planned. And mostly for this particular project, I plan on doing it for their teachers because their teachers were amazing this year, and I wanted to just give them like a little token of my appreciation for the end of the year. And what it's pretty much going to be a school mini album, and if they want to use it for class pictures just to remember this year's class, 2013, 2014, or they have kids in school too, or they might want to use it for their own kids. But regardless, I just figured that that'll be a nice little gift, end of the year gift to give them. So some of the things that I'm going to be using: chipboard, or in this case, old boxes, Pop-Tart cereal, cracker boxes, what have you. I hold on to these a lot, and I have so many, it's ridiculous. Like you'd think I was crazy if you saw how many I had. But unfortunately, I can't seem to throw them away, or not throw them away, I'm sorry. I can't seem to recycle them because I always feel like I could use them. And, you know, I mean, it's pretty much free chipboard when you think about it, because you bought the product, you used it, and now you get to use the packaging. So for the base of the book, just to give it like a good structure, I'm going to be using cereal boxes. I have cut these with a regular Cricut blade, but I recently have gotten the deep cut blade. And when I have cut cereal boxes from this, because I made some Mardi Gras mask a couple months ago, it cut really, really good. I mean, it went through it like butter, like for real. So I want to use this today for the base. So basically I just have my old boxes, my old box cereal boxes, what have you, that I'm going to use as chipboard for the base. I have paper, and this paper pack is from AC Pattern Paper, and I'm a paper hoarder, so I can't even begin to tell you when this paper was purchased or where I got it from. I haven't seen AC Pattern Paper in forever, but I have a bunch of them. And what I remember I liked about it so much is because they came in these little kind of file boxes, so you could kind of like stack them up on your shelf or whatever. But either way, this this paper pack is called Backyard. And I picked this one because it's not really theme specific, but the colors remind me, are reminiscent to me of school type colors, like primary colors, reds, greens, yellows. Well, maybe not green, that's not a primary color. But you get what I'm saying. Just like it reminds me of school type colors. So I picked out some of my favorite prints here that I plan on using for the paper in the book. And of course, I'll probably mix in solid papers for my embellishments and things of that nature that I'm going to put on there. So that's that. And oh, before I forget, the base of the book will be a tag, and it'll be from Tags, Bags, Boxes, and More. And it's actually the tag that's on page 89. I plan on using the blackout feature here because I don't want the holes. And this particular tag comes with 2 holes. Now, maybe later on, since I'm kind of winging this, I'm just going to kind of go through it. I haven't really planned it out, like talking about. I might later on put a hole in it just to add ribbon or some rickrack or some just type of, you know, fun embellishments on the edges. But I'm not sure yet. So just as a precaution, I'm just going to do the blackout feature. And again, this is on page 89 on Tags, Bags, Boxes, and More. So that's what I'll be cutting the chipboard out of. Some other cartridges I plan on using, and it's because I've never used them before, are this Cricut Light cartridge called Recess. And I'm not even sure they're selling this anymore. I bought it from Walmart and it was on clearance. And I just had to have this cartridge. And unfortunately, I haven't used it at all. But it's pretty much a school-related cartridge. There's nothing but pencils, you know, book sacks, scissors, things of that nature on here. So it's a real catch-all. It's a real good catch-all cartridge for school type stuff. So if you are working on school scrapbook pages or, you know, just anything, I feel like this is a really good cartridge for that. I'm not crazy about the kids on here, the little students or what have you. So I'm going to use Create a Friend for that one. And yes, this is still in the package. And I probably bought this like 7 or 8 months ago, and I haven't even opened it yet. But this was another cartridge I just had to have, and I haven't even done anything with it yet. But, so I've seen pictures online. I know I like the little kids in this book. And I know, like, just on the cover, they have #1 teacher with a cute little teacher on it. I thought that'd be cute to maybe even use for the cover. So I plan on cracking this bad boy open and using this on this project. And then also another cartridge I had, and I pretty much got this one because it was on clearance at Hobby Lobby. But it's called My Community. And it's not specifically school related, but there are some school related things on here, like a pencil, like a little spinner. I think it'll be cute for a little interactive embellishment on one of the pages. Things of that nature. I've never used this cartridge before either, like I said, but I'm going to try to use it today to see if I could just use any of the cuts on here that might be cute to add to the page. So that's that. And some of the Cuttlebug folders I plan on using, or I'm just going to have around just in case. I have these 2 Cuttlebug folders here that are alphabets and numbers. I think they'll be cute for school-related type things. And then Swiss dots. I mean, who doesn't use Swiss dots on everything? I swear I use Swiss dots on everything. My poor folder is all bent up and messed up right here. And if you don't have Swiss dots, and this is just my advice, you go out and get it because everybody has Swiss dots. And this is probably the only folder that I know the name of. I don't know the names of the other folders. I apologize. And of course, it's a telemarketer. They always call me during the day. Anyway, then I have this Cuttlebug folders that I purchased from a scrapbooking convention. It's like a locker, ruler, some alphabet. So I'm just pulling it out because, as you can see, I've never used it. It's still in the pack. So I'm forcing myself to do something with it today. One good thing about mini albums is they do make you use like a wide arrangement of stuff, you know. Another cartridge, another folder that I'm going to plan on using is this script folder. And one of my friends bought this for me. Thank you, friend. You know who you are. And I have been looking for it for a very long time. And unfortunately, as you can see, it's still in the package also. It hasn't even been pulled off. So I'm going to try to use this one on something. And then I have this Cuttlebug, Cuttlebug die. I was about to say Sizzix, but this is actually Provocraft. But that makes puzzle pieces. And I'm not going to use it as a whole puzzle, but I do want to kind of cut some out in different colors that kind of match the paper. I just use them randomly on the different pages just as extra embellishment. Or maybe I'll cut some chipboard out and make it thick, you know, do something like that. And so plan on using that as well. I think that's all I have out to show you right now for what I'm going to need to get started. I did pull out masking tape because I was going to just give you some advice when you're dealing with chipboard or any type of cardboard that might not stick completely down to your mat. I always use masking tape just to hold down the edges, just to cut. So I plan on using this, but I'll come back and show you how I set it up on the mat so you can see it in action. And I won't bore you with the details of the cutting. And so I'll probably go off camera. No, I'm not going to probably. I will be going off camera and cutting all of my pages and getting the base of the book ready. So that way when we come back on the next couple series, I can show you how I'm embellishing all the different pages. Because like I said, this will probably be like a really long ordeal. It's probably going to take me a couple days just to get one done. So I'll be back. I'll go on and get my mats and get everything, cleared all the soft stuff off and get everything set up so you can see how I get my cardboard set up on the mat. And then I'll go off camera, cut everything, and then come back and show you how I put the paper down on there and sand it and do all that stuff, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm over here at my Cricut machine. And I'm going to show you real quick how I change out the blade. And I already have my cartridge in, and I already have my overlay. And the deep cutting blade, the little housing is blue, so I guess that's how you know the difference between the deep cutting and the regular. And then here's I took the protective cap off of the blade because it's really sharp, and it just kind of goes in there like a little magnet. So now it's in there. So the way let's zoom in here, which you probably already know this, but for those who maybe don't, Uh-oh. For those who don't, you pretty much just undo this here, open it up, take that out, and then you could put your deep cutting blade in. And there's no settings or anything you need to change on the Cricut to say, hey, this is in there. It's still going to cut the same way. So it doesn't matter about that. Let me move this back a little bit. Okay, and as far as my mat, I just use a regular old, this mat is pretty dirty. You could probably tell just by looking at it. So I keep these mats for things like this because I plan on just using my masking tape to tack it down. So if you can see, I can't go too far back to show you, but I just put it on the four corners, and then I put like a little bit on the sides just to reinforce it. So, you know what? And I think I put it on the wrong side. I've been getting so confused with where to put things at on my mat. Like, because the silhouette is a little bit differently putting things on the mat than it is on here. But that's okay, because one thing that I've noticed about the Cricut mat and that I do all the time is the arrow might be there, but sometimes you could put it in this way and it's just as fine. So I'm just going to load this up. And see, it's pretty much right there. I'm just going to move it down a little bit to get to, because it wasn't a full 12 inches tall. So I'm going to move it down a little bit. And I decided I wanted to make the basic shape, the basic height of it to be 5 inches. So I'm going to go on and set that at 5. And I'm not sure what the width will be because it's just going to be whatever the shape, whatever it comes out. And then the tag, we're going to do blackout. And then the tag is up here at the corner. And it's called beveled top. So if you can see on my screen here, there it is. Okay, and then all I got to do, I already have 5. I'm just going to leave my pressure and my speed the same. And my blade is actually set at 4 right now, which I think is the middle, because the highest is 6, yeah. So 4 is like 4 or 3, it's like in the middle. I think that's going to be good enough. If I wanted to, I could do a multi-cut just to make sure, which I'll just do it just to make sure. And then after I figure out whether it did it pretty well with the first one, then after that, I probably won't even worry about doing multi-cut, because I think 1 cut will probably be fine. So let me just go ahead and hit cut and get started. This is too small. So but this is the size, and it's still kind of small for what I wanted. This is the basic shape, or let's do it on that side so you can see it better without all the... So that is a decent shape, I think, I think this is a decent size for a mini album. I would rather it be a little bit bigger, so I'm a little disappointed. We'll see you guys later. I'm going to go back to the drawing board and replan this out a little bit, and I'll come back and show you guys what I got. So you guys have a good rest of the day. I'll probably be back later today though, because I'm gonna be working on this probably all day. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.